So we have same topology. Let me show you the topology now. And our topic is firewall policy configuration. Wait. So topic is firewall policy configuration. So let's verify our configuration now. We have port number 2 for LAN portion. This portion is what? LAN side network. This portion is what? LAN side network. Port number 3, it's a WAN portion. Port number 1, we are using as a management port. So let's try to access this FortiGate firewall device. Username, admin, password 123 I'm using. We can verify IP address configuration here. Let's verify through CLI command. Our IP address configuration, show system interface, or you can use get system interface. So you can wait. We can verify here. We have IP address on port number 3 through DSCP service. Port number 2 is acting as a LAN portion. So we are using 200 network, and this port number 1 is a management. Any problem, everyone?
No, sir. No, sir.
So as per our
No, sir, it's
default
okay.
policy, if you guys remember our discussion, as per our default policy, as per our this default implicit deny rule, this inside machine cannot access internet services. You can verify again onto this machine. We have proper IP address configuration. Let's check IP config 200, 200, 222 IP address I'm using and gateway. If I'm trying to ping my gateway IP address 200, 200, 200.1, I'm getting reply, my directly connected gateway. But in case, if I'm trying to travel through the firewall device, okay, I'm trying to ping 8.8.8, I'm trying to access any website, something, google.com, for example, or facebook.com. So you can see I'm not getting reply. I cannot ping 8.8.8. I cannot ping google.com. I cannot access facebook.com, google.com. Why? Because as per this default policy, into this policy, you can see here we have, if any source is trying to communicate with any destination on any scheduled time to access any services, action is denied. So if you are initiating your traffic, you are hitting this rule. Now let's allow our traffic, and to allow our traffic, we can create our firewall policy. So let's create our first rule. Ali, Utturaja,
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay,
get my
sir.
point? Let's create our first rule. So to create policy, you can click on create name. Here is option. Create name, you can give a name. So I'm giving a name for this policy. For example, rule 1. You can type any name here. LAN to WAN, inside to outside, trusted to untrusted. Okay, I'm using rule 1. It's a policy name. After that, you can define your incoming interface and outgoing interface. So as per our task right now, we are trying to allow our LAN traffic to access internet services. So as per our task, our traffic direction is our incoming interface is port number 2 and outgoing interface is port number 3. As per our traffic, okay, we are initiating our traffic from LAN side. So this port number 2 is the incoming interface and port number 3 is the outgoing interface. So you can define this information. See, Incoming interface, yes, LAN port number 2. Outgoing interface, WAN port number 3. Now you can decide your source information. You are creating this policy for which source? For example, you are creating your policy for a specific machine, for a specific PC, or for subnet, or for a range of IP address, or for user account. So you can define here source information. You can click on plus sign and you can see first you can define your IP address object. What you can do, you can define your IP address object information, or in case if you are working with user account, so yes, you can define user information as a source. So right now we are trying to discuss address object. So Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, Cisco ASA, Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. These are what? These are called object-oriented firewall. Okay, if you are working with any object-oriented firewall, so you can create object here. You can create object like IP address object, services object. So you can create objects here, and these objects you can use in your configuration. Here we have some predefined object. These are what? Predefined object. It's called IP address object. Okay, for example, if you see this, all, this is predefined object. If you select all option, so what we have, all means what? If you go with all option, so all means any subnet, any IP address. If you are using all, it means any. But in case if I'm creating my policy for a specific subnet, for a specific IP, for a specific range of IP address, so yes, you can create your object. You can just click on create new. You can click on address option, and here you can decide your object type. See, multiple options are available. You can create subnet object, IP range object, fully qualified domain name object, geographical location object. Dynamic is not your topic. MAC address object, yes, you can create. Let's start our discussion with subnet object. So I have a subnet in my LAN network. So LAN hyphen network. LAN hyphen network. It's an object name. And now network is 200. Network is 200.200.200.0/24. So this is subnet, and this type I'm using subnet option, and this is object name. You can click on OK. So this object you can attach. This object you can attach as a source. So I'm creating my policy for this LAN subnet. Okay, let's click on create new again. Address option. Okay, in case if you want to create policy for a specific range of IP address, for example, in your LAN side, you have multiple computers. Okay, wait. For example, you have 4 computers, 200, 200, 215, 16, 17, and 18. You want to configure policy for these 4 IP addresses. So yes, you can create your range object. Here is the option 15 to 18 IP address. I can create a range. You can give a name. For example, marketing hyphen team 1, just a name. And now type is IP range, and I can define range information here 200, 200, 200, 15 to 200, 200, 218. You can click on OK. You can create your range object. So yes, you can attach marketing in marketing team 1. Yes, we have 15 to 18 IP address. Clear now?
Yes, yes. So what's the use of each, the subnet and this IP range? In which
It's
scenarios
up
they
to
are normally
you,
used?
Ali. It's up to you. If you want to configure your policy for complete subnet, you can create and you can attach. Okay, if you want to create your policy for a specific range of IP address, you can create, you can attach. Clear my point?
Yeah.
Option is
Absolutely.
available. Option is available. And what you want to allow, you want to deny, you want to select any services. It's a different task. But right now we are talking about object. My point is you can create object like submit object or range object, or you can create specific IP address object. For example, I have a specific machine. It's called sales hyphen user one. It's just a name, and now type is submit, and here you can define your specific IP address information. 200, 200, 200, for example, 66/32. Why /32? Because I have a single IP address. You can click on OK, and yes, you can attach if you want to create your policy for this specific source. Okay, you can go with other option. See, you can click on address. You can create fully qualified domain name object. For example, you have a big URL. Okay, you have a server, you have a big URL, and you want to create a single object name. So yes, for example, you have ftp1.xyz.com. This is a URL. So if you want to create fully qualified domain name object, yes, you can give a name. For example, ftp-srv. srv. You can click on OK. ftp1.xyz.com. Right now, it's not available in your network. But my point is you can create fully qualified domain name object. Now you can click on create new. You can click on address. You can go with geographical location object. For example, I want to block all the IP address from China, for example. So yes, you can select this option. You can select your country information. See, you can select your country information. We don't know. As a firewall administrator, I don't know anything about IP address, what series of IP address they are using. If I want to block, all the IP address from China, so yes, I can create object. Ali, clear my point? Muthu clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yeah.
You can create, you can give a name. Fortinet Firewall, Fortinet Firewall has a database. Fortinet Firewall has a database about all IP address. What you can do, you can just create your object. For example, block hyphen all, block for all. You can click on OK. So you can create your geographical location object. This object I am not adding as a source. Why? Because China is not in my LAN. But you can create. Now click on create new. You can click on address. You can go with MAC address option. In which scenario we need MAC address object? What do you think, everyone? In which scenario we need MAC address object? We cannot change MAC address, right, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We
Right.
cannot change MAC address. So for example, if see in your network, for example, in your network, you have multiple computers and they are getting IP address from DSCP server, for example. If they are getting IP address from DSCP server, so every day they are getting a different IP address. And if you want to create your policy for this specific machine, so you can go with MAC address object, because MAC address is a fixed address. IP address can change, but you can't change MAC address. So yes, I can create. You can define your MAC address information. If you have a single MAC address object, yes, you can define. If you have range of MAC address, so yes, you can define your start MAC address information and ending MAC address information. You can create and you can attach. I'm not creating, I'm giving you idea. Ali, clear my point?
Yes, sir.
Muthuraja.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So right now, I'm trying to create a simple policy. Our first policy is a simple policy. And yes, we will create multiple firewall policy here. Okay, but let's create our first firewall policy. And into this policy, I'm using source any. Right now, source any. Okay, I'm not adding user object right now because for user discussion, we have a separate topic. It's called firewall authentication concept. So we have a separate module to discuss user object information. Right now, we are working with IP address. So yes, source is any. What about destination? If you click on plus sign, you can define your destination. So you can go with address object. So if you have destination IP address information, yes, you can create your object and you can attach in your policy. In case if you want to attach any internet services object, I told you in FortiGate, we have internet services object information. If you want to add, you can attach. What is the IP address? What is the IP address of Adobe FTP? We don't know. But Fortinet has Fortinet has all the information. What you can do, you can just attach. Okay, for example, if anyone trying to go on Facebook, Instagram, yes, we have Facebook, Instagram. So you can attach your destination. Otherwise, if you have destination IP address information, you can create your object from here and you can attach. Right now, I'm using destination any. So source any, destination any, schedule time. So by default option we have always, anytime. But if you want to create your schedule time, for example, I want to use this rule in between Monday to Thursday, okay, 8 p.m. or morning 10 a.m. to evening 6 p.m. So yes, you can create your schedule time. You can click on create. You can click on one time schedule and you can decide. So you can go with one time. See, you can go with one time option or you can go with recurring option. In one time, what you can define, you can give a name for the schedule time. You can define your start date, time, end date, time information. Now, pre-expiration event log, this event log, number of days before, you can decide. So in one time, you can decide your start date and end date. But if you click on recurring option, in recurring, you can decide your days information. Like I want to use this rule on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Start time you can define, end time you can define. So you can create your object. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm using default option always, anytime. After that, you can define your services information into this policy. You can click on plus sign. You can define your services or you can say protocol. See, here we have services or protocol. See, general services, web access services, file access services, email access services. So yes, you can define your services information here. So all service, you can select all service right now. But in case if you want to add any other services, you can just click here. See, HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, GET, PUT, NFS, Samba, you can attach. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm trying to use any services. So once you define all the parameters, everyone, once you define all the parameters, now you can take action. Now you can take action. And here we have two options. You can accept your traffic. It means if you want to allow, yes, you can go with accept. And in case if you want to deny this traffic, you can go with deny option. If you select accept, it means traffic is traveling. If you select accept, then traffic is traveling through the firewall device. And if traffic is traveling through the firewall device, then yes, you can utilize these options. You can utilize these options. If you select deny, for example, if you select deny, it means traffic is not traveling through the firewall device. And you can see these options are not available. Right now, we are trying to allow our traffic. So yes, you can select action, permit or accept. So traffic is traveling. If traffic is traveling through the firewall device, then FortiGate will inspect this traffic. If traffic is traveling, then FortiGate will inspect this traffic. And for inspection, we have two options: flow-based inspection method, or you can go with proxy-based inspection method. So let's talk about the difference in between flow-based and proxy-based inspection method. Okay, I'm giving you 5 minutes, everyone. Ali, Muthuraja, I'm giving you 5 minutes. Please read this information. Okay? Comparison in between flow-based inspection method and proxy-based. Okay, everyone? Please read this
sir. Yeah.
information.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
What do you think, guys? Which option is good?
I think proxy based.
Sorry, proxy-based.
Yes,
So why we have this flow-based option?
it is more feature available and slow. Some features only, both sides some features. One is this
Yes,
side, just
flow-based.
one is
See,
this side.
yes, flow-based. In some cases, if I'm looking for faster response, okay, I don't care about security. So
Okay.
I can go with flow-based inspection method, right?
Yes, sir.
Proxy is slower, but it's more secure. So
If yes,
right now, let's go with this. Let's go with this default option, okay? I'm not changing. Let's go with flow-based. Now you can see here we have an option NAT. So NAT is enabled. NAT is enabled. I'm not talking about NAT right now because we have a separate session to discuss NAT concept. I'm not talking about what option is using for translation, what is dynamic IP and pool. Okay, we'll discuss later. Okay, we have a dedicated session for NAT implementation, but you can see into this policy, NAT is enabled. Now, if traffic is traveling through the firewall device, If traffic is traveling through the firewall device, so yes, you can attach your security profile information. So security profile, what it's a next generation firewall feature. Okay, antivirus profile, you can create web filtering profile, okay, application control, file filter. These profiles we can discuss in our training. Okay, so here my point is what? My point is you can attach when traffic is traveling through the firewall device, then you can utilize your security profile concept. So I'm not enabling right now. Now, if traffic is traveling, so yes, I want to verify log information. I want to check log if traffic is hitting, any traffic is hitting this route. So you can enable log allowed traffic. You can go with security event log. You can go with all session. Security event, in security event log, in security event, you can get logs only related with security profile. Security profile. If you are looking for all session logs, so yes, you can select all sessions. See, right now I'm looking for all session logs, all session. You can just click on OK. So here we have a rule. Here we have our first policy rule. And as per this rule, wait, as per this rule, rule number 1, as per this rule, traffic is allowed. See, if in rule 1, and this rule is in between port number 2 and port number 3. Port number 3. So if any source is trying to communicate with any destination on any scheduled time to access any services, action is accept. And now here we have a policy ID. Policy ID. It's not a sequence number, it's a policy ID. Whenever you are creating a new rule, okay, firewall will assign a policy ID information. Ali, clear my point? Utturaja?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So
yes,
this
yes,
new rule will
yes.
override the default rule, right?
I will tell you. I will tell you the sequence. Okay, Ali.
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
will tell you the sequence. Policy order. I will tell you. But you can see right now we have a rule to allow our traffic, right? And this rule is on top, Ali. This rule is on top. So now this time, if I'm trying to initiate my traffic, from LAN side, okay, let's try to ping 8.8.8. Now I'm getting reply google.com. I'm trying to ping 8.8.8. This time I'm getting reply google.com. If I'm trying to access facebook.com, wait, it's a VM machine. It's working slow, but we can access because now we are getting reply. So you can wait. We can access google.com, facebook.com because any destination is allowed. Any source, any destination is allowed. See, everyone, google.com. Let's refresh this page. So google.com we can access. Ali, Muthuraja.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir.
Facebook.com we can access. Traffic is traveling. If traffic is traveling through the firewall device and you want to verify log information, first you can refresh this page. You can refresh this page to verify byte information. So byte information increase. See, so whenever anyone will hit onto this policy rule, this byte information will increase. And now if you want to verify the log information related with this policy, so yes, you can right click. You can click on show matching log. If you click on show matching log, it will automatically redirect in log and report forward traffic. It will redirect here. So you can click on forward traffic, or you can right click on policy. You can right click on policy, click on show matching log. You are in forward traffic. See, here we have information, logs information. See, date and time. You can verify date and time. source IP, you can verify, destination, result, policy ID. Yes, we have a policy, rule name is rule 1, policy ID is 1. So these are the default option, default columns you can say. You can add more columns. Okay, you can add more column. For example, I want to verify destination port number. Okay, source port number. You can click on apply. So yes, you can check your source port number, destination port number. We'll discuss, okay, in detail. For log and report, we have a separate session. But right now, you can see here we have a logs and traffic is traveling. Let's go on to the policy again. Ali, clear? Muthuraja, clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yes,
Clearly.
yes, sir. It's clear. Yeah.
Now let's click on create new, and I'm creating a new rule. Okay, let's create a new rule. So I'm giving a name. It's a rule 2. Incoming interface, WAN port number 2. Outgoing interface, WAN port number 3. Plus, so this time I'm creating an object. This time I'm creating an object. It's called, for example, range object. Okay, let's give a name, sales or HR hyphen team 5, just a name. So I have a range of IP address 200, 200, 200, 22, 200, 200, 250, 50. So I have 30 IP address. You can create this range object, and I'm adding into this policy HR team 5, 20 to 50. If they are trying to access any destination, okay, to access any services, I want to deny this traffic. So firewall will check all the parameters and it will take an action deny. I want to see the log information. You can enable, you can click on OK. So I have a rule, Mathuraja. I have a rule, Ali.
Yeah,
And as per this rule, HR team 5, it means 20 to 50 IP address. If they are trying to access any destination, action is denied. So let's verify IP address information here onto this machine. IP config. So we are using 200, 200, 222. As per our policy, 20 to 50 IP address is blocked, right, Muthuraja?
yes,
Ali?
sir.
So what do you think, guys? If I'm trying to access google.com, can I access?
Yes, sir. Yes, access, sir.
How?
Why? Because rule is first you can allow this one. Firewall rule is top to bottom verify, right, sir?
Thank you so much. Ali, can you hear me?
Yes.
If I'm
The
trying
allow
to
rule is the
if I'm
priority.
trying to access google.com or facebook.com, I can access. But I have a deny rule. I have a deny rule, but you can see I can access google.com. So let's talk about policy order. Okay. So the first point is what? Whenever you are creating a new rule, it will store bottom of the line. So you can see this rule is what? At bottom. After rule 1, bottom. So whenever you are creating any rule, it will store bottom of the line. After that, you can arrange, no problem. Okay, let's talk about policy order. So if any traffic will go and hit onto the firewall device, firewall will check this traffic information in firewall policy, and it will always check from top to bottom. Firewall will check policy, traffic information in policy from top to bottom. And you can see this rule is on top. First rule, okay, set next rule, next rule, next rule, next rule. So it will always check from top to bottom. So as per top rule, any source. So this 20, 200, 200, 20, 20 is a part of what? Any, right now. It's matching this rule. This traffic is matching this rule. And as per this policy rule, action is what? Accept. So this traffic is hitting this rule and traveling. In case if I want to deny this traffic, you can just select this rule and just drag on upside. See, select this rule and just drag. So this rule, everyone, this rule is on top. This rule is on top. And you can see if HR team 5 is trying to access any destination, action is denied. So if I'm trying to hit my rule, if I'm trying to travel through the firewall device this time, okay, this time I'm trying to ping google.com. I'm trying to access google.com. I'm trying to access facebook.com. I cannot access. You can see I'm not getting reply. Clear now? So
Yes,
it's
sir.
hitting
Yes.
this rule,
Yes, very
everyone.
clear.
It's hitting this rule because we have IP address 22, and as per our configuration, 2250 is block. So this 22 is a part of 2250 is a part of 2250. Now ncpa.cpl, right click, properties. Let's change IP address now. Let's change. For example, I'm using 74 IP address. 74. You can click on OK, click on close. And now let's check IP address. IP config 200, 274. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I can hear.
74. Now wait. Ali, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Uttaraja,
Yes, sir, I can hear.
if I'm trying to initiate my traffic this time, okay, let's try to initiate. Okay, I'm trying to ping, for example, let's try to access internet services. Okay, wait. If I'm trying to ping google.com this time, again, this traffic will hit from top to bottom. So this 74 IP address, the 74 IP address, okay, but here in our rule 2, 20 to 50 IP address is denied. So 74 is not part of this policy. So it will go and check into the next rule. And in next rule, what we have, any source is trying to access any destination. Action is what? Accept. That's why we can access. Clear now my point?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Muthuraja,
Yes, sir.
I hope it's
Yes,
clear
sir.
everyone how to create policy, how to work with firewall policy.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope
Clear.
it's clear.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay,
Yes,
now.
sir. It's clear. I have one question,
Sure,
sir.
you can ask.
Yeah, for example, if I want to allow certain services like for example, we in our organization or company, we have some guests that are using our corporate network, for example.
You
If
can select.
we,
You can select, no
yeah,
problem.
if I want to allow them to use their own VPN in our network, guest network, how can
Okay,
I create
you want to
yeah,
allow VPN application.
VPN application there so that they connect the VPN using our network and they can access their corporate internal network, for
Okay.
example.
You can do this, but it should be the part of application signature. Okay, application signature. If you are trying to allow any specific application, it should be part of application signature. Okay, or you can create your custom application signature here. So you can create, you can define in your policy. Right now, into your policy configuration, if you want to allow services, right now, so you can select here, Ali. These are the services only. Okay. For example, here we have HTTP, HTTPS. These are the services. Clear my point? FTP services, these are what? File access services. So if VPN is an application, and if you want to allow your application, so you can match with application control. You can match with application signature. Ali.
Oh, yeah. So, I in that case, I will not create a policy, but I will create
See,
a
policy is required. Policy, see, in policy here, see, right now here, you are trying to match only L3 and L4 information, Ali. Okay, here, right now, here. You are trying to match your L3 and L4 information. So IP address is L3 and service or protocol is what? L4 information, transport layer information, Ali.
Yes, sir.
So you can match first. You can match your source IP, destination IP, your service or protocol, you can take action. Now, if traffic is allowed, now within a session, if you want to detect any application, you want to block, monitor, allow, you can do this with security profile. Ali, clear my point, Ali?
Yes, yes, sir. So security profile is also created separately.
Yes, security profile you can attach. Now, if VPN application, for example, you are talking about VPN application, right? So
yes, net motion VPN, for example.
Fortinet, we have 40 client application. In Fortinet, we have VPN client application is called 40 client in Fortinet, Ali. So 40 client is allowed through FortiGate firewall device. If you want to monitor this application, you can go with application signature. Clear now my point?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. But they are, for example, using their own VPN application, which is not, their own internal corporate application, like NetMotion.
Okay.
So
This outside,
yeah.
your question is this outside user, he is using his own VPN application, right? He's using, so you are talking about LAN machine, you are talking about outside machine. Ali?
For example, it is an external user, but they are using our guest network. For example, they are within our
Okay,
office.
it's the external user,
and
right?
connected to our network, means that their traffic